Wow, they must know things are totally screwed up with Xenoverse 2 right now, as far as the community is concerned. They just gave you a free DLC character. RIP Xenoverse 2. RIP.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there.
Okay, so hashtag hit is shit. So let me explain why people, a lot of the community is very dissatisfied with Hit being the last character reveal for Xenoverse 2. And it's just that, he's the last character reveal for Xenoverse 2. He was all but confirmed. Now, it was confirmed by Rhymestyle that Hit was gonna be DLC. So it fits with what I was saying. He was gonna be DLC, and the narrative that they're trying to build up is that out of the goodness of their hearts, they gave us Hit. They just gave us those unlock keys and just said, here goes Hit. And that's not what went on at all. In Dimps' mind, and in their business mindset, the approval rating for Xenoverse 2 had sunk. People were trashing the beta for various reasons. The servers sucked, the creation options weren't as robust as we were led to believe, the gameplay is more or less the same, and this is a lot of people that are saying this. This is some of the most hardcore supporters of Xenoverse 2. They've completely lost, any confidence in the game. So with all that coinciding with people turning on the game, hating on the game, dissatisfied with the beta, dissatisfied with the roster, etc., Dimps found themselves in a position where they were losing pre-orders. They saw things just going down. So what better way to reinvigorate the community and get them back into the game than to give us the DLC character? Let's reveal Hit. Let's put him in the base game. Let's spice things up a bit, which is the mentality they're going with. And Hit being, revealed is indicative of one thing, that the game is lacking content. And let me explain that. The game is lacking content because who else could have been the last reveal? I mean, if Super Baby was in the game, which he isn't, but he should be, then why not have him be the last revealed character with a scan? If Bojack or Super Android 13 or 14 or 15 or any of these characters that would have fleshed out the roster and actually would have had work put into them, if they were in the game, why weren't they revealed? Dimps ran out of bargaining chips. That's all it comes down to, is Dimps had no more content. They had nothing else to wow us, so they, as a last resort of a desperate company, they gave you Hit. And honestly, I feel like this. Who cares? Who cares about Hit? Honestly. So with Hit being revealed as the final DLC character, again, this shows another nasty practice that Dimps has adopted from Capcom, or Cashcom, as some would call them. Paywall, disc lock content. How can Hit? Let me get into this. The way that Dimps wants us to think is that they work on characters, and with the content that they show, that's how they base a moveset around them, and they work on the characters as they're shown in Dragon Ball Super, and that's why they can't get things done as quickly as they should. That's the story that we're being told. That's what we're being led to believe. Well, that has to be a lie, because if Kabe and Frost can't be released because they're still being worked on, then how did you guys hopscotch and skip and finish Hit before you finished fake Frieza and Kabe? How did you guys do that? It's a lie being told somewhere, because either you're lying about how you go about prioritizing characters, which is what you're doing, prioritizing them and working on them and just giving them whatever moveset you want to give them, not what they show on the show, or the characters are done, you're just trying to, use them to get us for extra money. That's exactly what they're trying to do. Hit, Kabe, Frost, they're all done. All the Universe 6 DLC, any DLC is currently done. They're just putting them behind a paywall. And a lot of people just don't get how DLC works. And I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna give you a light overview. DLC, not all of it is disc lock content. Let me give you an example. Fallout 4. Now, in Fallout 4, when the game was first released, and when people data mined and revealed certain things, people found out about Nuka World and Far Harbor. Now, just because they found those temporary files in the game, does that mean that those areas and those adventures are being held behind a paywall? Not necessarily, because those are large portions of the game, and it is believable for Bethesda to still be working on those pieces of content. Those are large story missions and weapons and gear and whatnot. So that's an example of justified DLC. You're still working on it. It's vast elements that are going to be added to the game. Whereas you look at Street Fighter, you look at almost all anime games, and they're doing the terrible kind of DLC where something is 100% confirmed finished, and they're just holding it back because they figure that the fan base is stupid enough to buy it anyway, because they just don't get how DLC works. And a shield like Romstyle is they're gonna try to mislead you, because that's what they do. That's what they're paid to do, is to enforce the opinions and views of whoever's sponsoring them. They're not gonna tell you how things really work like I'm gonna tell you. So that's what DLC is. And Hit has been exploited. The Universe 6 fighters have been exploited. Whether you like Hit or not, you just have to come to the determination that the way that Demps is going about this is rather crappy. I mean, they're trying to exploit a character for extra day one numbers, and I guess that they think their fan base isn't smart enough to see through that kind of trickery. But I mean, it's what they want to do. This game is coming out really pathetic. The gameplay is weak, the content is weak, the roster is weak and filled with reskins. And I mean, Hit being confirmed to be the last character is just indicative of all those things. It's laziness and it's a lack of imagination up at Demps. But I'm going to leave the discussion right there. I've been your perfect being, the Super Itachi, bringing you another Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 discussion. Remember, subscribe to me here on YouTube. Day one, I will have content for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 via a live stream. So I will be live streaming everything with Xenoverse 2. So this is going to be the place to be. Also, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter as well, and you can get the goods and be the first to be notified. And speaking of notifications, go ahead and hit that notification bell so you're better informed when I start uploading and you get all the content first.